Uh, I'm Maddie, and many of you probably have never seen my actual face before, or at least not while I'm actively talking. Here I am, I'm here, I'm talking, and I thought that I would spend this time talking about my personal tendency to isolate myself and how dangerous that is for me and people like me. Mental health has always been something that I've fought for, has always been something that I've felt very passionate about. I've struggled with a lot of mental illness in my life, not just me, but the people in my family. I've had pretty severe anxiety since I was a young teenager. I was pretty much a social butterfly as a kid. I wanted to be friends with everybody. I made friends very easily. I loved people, and people tended to love me, which may sound egotistical, but I was just very friendly and I knew what people wanted to hear, and that got me a lot of ins in social situations. But as I got older, that changed, and I started struggling with really, really intense anxiety, and it got pretty severe. What I tend to do in those situations is isolate myself. I tend to pull away from the people I love, even though they oftentimes desperately want to help me. They offer their help, they extend their help to me, and I refuse it. I guess I feel like I don't deserve people's help, and I want to feel independent. I want to feel like I can help myself. I don't want to feel dependent on other people. But it's not always about being dependent, it's about knowing when to ask for help. And I've needed help for a very long time. I've needed it, but I can't accept it. I'm not really sure why that is. I don't know why. It's like my body just will not let me do it. People invite me out to bars or parties or just to hang out, and I repeatedly cancel on them, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so determined to sabotage myself and my relationships like that, but I am. I can't always control it. Whenever I try to force myself, when I'm in the situation, I usually feel good about being there, but then once it's over, I start reflecting on all the things I did wrong, all the things I said wrong. Like, even right now, this is nerve-wracking for me because I'm showing my face, and I don't usually do that when I talk online because I'm self-conscious about the way I look. And it's not just me that suffers with this, it's a good portion of the population and a good portion of my family as well. Like, I've had severe anxiety and panic attacks since I was a teenager, but my sister has as well. And those of you that follow me on Tumblr know about my sister and know how close she and I were. Her anxiety really got bad October 2 years ago. She spiraled, she would have panic attacks every day. She was just awful, and that continued on for another year where she was in and out of hospitals. Nobody knew how to help her, and she had trouble accepting help. I didn't know how to help her, and I struggle with panic attacks and such. And she started getting suicidal, and I had also just gotten into a relationship at about that time. I'm the one that kind of initiated the relationship. I wanted to be in a romantic relationship with this girl, and I really cared about her, and I still really do. I still care about her very deeply, but I wasn't able to give all of myself to her because I was so worried and anxious about what was happening with my family. I think that a lot of what was going on got in the way of not only my romance, but my friendships as well. It was last August. My sister and I had gotten into an argument the day before over the phone. She was fighting with my little brother. The police ended up coming, and all this stuff happened. I was on my way back, and my mom came back, and my sister had gone to bed, and it was about 7 o'clock, 7:30, and my sister had the tendency to go to bed early at that time. It wasn't unusual for her to go to bed so early. The next morning, when I went to go wake my sister up, she wouldn't wake up. And she was breathing and snoring and all this stuff, but she just wouldn't wake up, and she wound up having to go to the hospital. Turns out she had overdosed, and she was in a coma for 5 days after that. She did end up waking up after 5 days, and it was pretty miraculous because you don't really hear about that stuff except on TV. She woke up, but in November, on November 1st, she died. It was a blood clot that had made its way from, we're guessing, her legs to her lungs, and it killed her. And that really made my anxiety a lot worse. It made my own suicidal ideation a lot worse. It's been really hard trying to live without her and move on without her, but as a result, I've pushed people away. My girlfriend and I broke up, which is really tragic, but I just felt like I couldn't be there for her while I was going through so much. I mean, even now, I still feel like I want to die every single day, and I feel like nobody understands, and I feel like I can't reach out to people because I'm being a burden, and it's a lot more trouble than it's worth, honestly. So I was having a lot of relationship troubles, and I'm still having friendship troubles. I can't really leave my house to go see people. I've had a lot of trouble holding conversations, even with my family members. Even just going out and sitting in the living room and watching TV with my mom is so hard for me, and it's been about 6 months since my sister died, and I thought that by now I would be able to start adapting to the real world again, and I guess that's not the case because I cannot leave my house. I have one class. I go to school once a week for 3 hours, and then I come home and I spend the rest of the time here by myself. I am alone in the house right now. It's me and my 5 cats, and that's it. And I don't have anybody to talk to except online. And online has always been a very safe space for me. It's always been somewhere that I could go and vent and talk about my troubles, and people listen and they offer comfort without being present. And that was very, very important to me. And I don't think that online relationships are unhealthy. I don't think that at all. I don't think that online friendships don't count. But the problem is that I spend all my time online, and then when people aren't there to talk to, or I have this weird, like, not so personal relationship with my friends on like Tumblr or Facebook or whatever. I log on, I see what they're doing in their lives, and I feel lonely. And I guess I've felt lonely for a while now. I can't go be with people, I can't hang out with people, and I think I've forgotten a little bit how to socialize and how to ask for help and how to reach out to others. So I can't force myself out there. I can't force myself to do things that I have no interest in, and that's. I miss my sister a lot, and I know that this is not what she would want from me, but I don't know where to go from here, and I guess. I don't know what this video is exactly, but it's definitely some kind of reaching out, I suppose. It's at least something to let people see my face and know that, like, I'm here and I'm alive and I'm not doing well at all. I'm struggling every day to just hold on and try to stop wanting to die, basically. But if you are having thoughts of suicide, or you know somebody that is, call a hotline. Please get in touch with somebody who can help you, whether professionally or unprofessionally. A parent, a friend, a sibling, therapist, a doctor, something. Just reach out to somebody, because you never know when the last time you'll see someone is. Make every moment count and put your own safety and happiness first, because you can't. It's really hard to make other people safe and happy if you aren't. Does that make sense? So yeah, this is me signing off, I guess. I just wanted to kind of share my headspace with everybody. I needed to put it into words, and I'm sorry if this came off as completely unscripted. It was unscripted. I didn't really plan any of that. It just kind of came out. So, yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.